Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the local pundit. It is the Tactical Fortitude show. We are up and away. I can't wait for these experts to let us know what's going to happen this weekend. It's not a score prediction. It is the result because these guys know how to do it. Let's get this show on the road. And here they are. The men in the know.
Experts? Where? What? Who? Where? Where are these experts?
You guys breaking it down.
Oh, okay. I guess so.
A couple of minutes late. That's my fault. I was on a call, couldn't get off. So sorry, everybody, for being a few minutes late. That's totally
we blame Ken. He was in makeup. Had to get it just right. Had to get that hair slicked back just right.
Hang on, they're calling me back saying it still needs work.
He changed his shirt like 6 times. It was crazy. He's a real diva in the background, guys. I promise.
Yeah. Hey, Victor, how are you?
Hello.
Just wait. Let me make this show better. Yeah, okay.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess I had that one coming.
Yep. So, well, we're here, boys. We're here. We survived Hull in the Carabao Cup and went straight through 5 straight penalties. Boom. Away we go.
How good was that, by the way? I mean, we've struggled with penalties, it seems like, lately. And to just bury all 5 of them. They were all good pins, too. It was all good. I was so happy that we scored all those because the last couple of times we took pins, we looked pretty shaky. Yeah. Like it wasn't great. So
and to be fair to Hull, their one miss hit the underside of the bar and didn't go in.
I know. I wonder, and I was listening to Mark Griffiths talk about it, and he said he wondered too if maybe the kid that was taking the shot thought. I think he saw that Okonkwo was going the right way and tried to lift it a little bit to get it up just over him and just got a little too much under it and hit the bar. You kind of feel bad for the kid, but I'm glad he missed, but not that bad, but that's always tough.
Yeah. Well, Victor, how have you been? Haven't seen you since last week.
Yeah. I'm good. Focused on the 2 matches, analyzing the 2 matches, writing some stuff for Wrexham Brazil website. Yeah, just working and Wrexham, announcing some signings and analyzing them. Yeah, busy week.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we leave the signing till the end and let's get straight into it because there's so much to digest.
All right.
West Brom Albion this weekend. We're going to cover this weekend's match. We're going to start with the away team, and our away team analyst is Aaron. Let's get into it, buddy.
All right. So we will get started here. Got our little our slideshow here. We got a little. I tried to make it somewhat professional, kind of like I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So in attack. It looks a lot. This was their starting lineup for the game against Blackburn. I think there are going to be some changes. It sounds like the center back, number 14, Hegem, is leaving. And they did announce the signing of Christian Bielik from Birmingham. So today, so I assume he's taken that spot. I don't know. I don't know their squad that well. But this was their starting lineup for the weekend. But in attack, this is their attacking formation. It is a 4-2-3-1. It looks a lot like this. Price, that kid, he's a really good number 10. He gets in behind. He plays off that striker really well. But he doesn't just stay right there. He's all over the box. Left to right. He gets in contact with the wingers and he plays off of them. He a lot of movement with him. And he's a great player. He's definitely the one we want to be watching this weekend because he could cause us some trouble if we don't cut him. Steve Barton with a $20 super chat. Sorry, Ken, your lettuce is wilted less compared to Victor's.
Victor's got me today, well and truly. Yeah. I need work. Makeup didn't do their job right. I blame makeup.
I love it.
Thanks very much, Steve.
Oh, it's fantastic. So another in this match, the right back Furlong, he did get a red card right at the end. But he served that because it was a League Cup match. He was able to serve that suspension during that match. So I think he's expected to be back in the lineup. I think it was 2 games. He didn't. I don't think he did anything crazy. I think he got a second yellow like right at the end of the game to get the red card. So he served that suspension, and he should be back for the weekend. Fellows, Tom Fellows, the winger, right winger, really, really good player. Somebody we need to watch. He didn't have a great game in this game, but I believe I need to double check my stats, and I should have beforehand. I think he led the championship in assists last season, or at least was very near. He was towards the top of the assist chart last season. He's a very good player. He's got some interest from higher up in the championship type team, like the teams that just came down from the Prem. I know, I think Ipswich had some interest in him. There may have been a few others. Southampton might have been one too, but he's another player.
He's only 22.
What's that?
He's only 22.
Yeah, young guy, and he's really good. Really good player. So they definitely got some good players. But I'll be honest, watching the game, I wasn't blown away. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So in defense, once you get the ball at about the halfway line, midfield, and you start getting into their half, they kind of set up in a mid block, kind of like we do. We get that mid block where we're not quite so deep, but we get a good defensive shape. They like to do that, and it's a 4-4-2. It's just a straight 4-4-2. Price moves forward a little bit, and then they force you to, break them down, and they're not easy to break down. Blackburn really struggled. They struggled to get chances against them. So it's a team that's, they look really good defensively.
Harry Styles.
Yeah. Styles.
Well, Harry's brother Callum.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So let me move on to the next slide. All right, so here are some of the stats. So obviously you can see the possession stats. Blackburn is in the red. West Brom was in the blue in these stats. So, obviously you can see that they had less possession most of the game, but they had all the good chances, really. You know what I mean? They had, of course, say what you want about expected goals. They had the most XG. They had the most total shots. They had the most shots on target. They had the most big chances. So they were they're a lot like how we play when we're playing really well, where we're really strong defensively, but we're creating good chances. We just look like the better team. It was a very much that type of a Wrexham performance. Is how I would describe them. They set up very similar, and they have a new manager, and he's not got a lot of experience. This is his first full-time manager job, and so he's. I was curious to see how he'd set up, but he seems to be more of a defensive-minded coach to me. So I'm gonna move on.
Ryan Mason, obviously.
Ryan Mason, yes. Thank you, Ken. And here's just another breakdown of the shots and stuff. Total shots 13, shots off target 7, on target 5. And they dominated it. All that. Move on. Passes. Now you look at Blackburn. They control. They had it all. They're ahead in all these. But a lot of that was just the center backs passing the ball back and forth to each other, kind of possession for the sake of possession, not so much doing anything with it. As you can see through the chance creation, they just weren't creating a lot of chances against a really solid defensive setup for West Brom. So if anything, they're definitely a solid defensive side. And then, of course, here's the defensive stuff. And as you can see, West Brom dominated these columns. 49 clearances, 2 blocks, 10 interceptions, 17 tackles, 1. I mean, they looked really good. And then their keeper saves. Their keeper didn't have to make any saves. You know what I mean? He only made 1, but he didn't have to make any. So, that's kind of you don't necessarily want to win that one.
No,
All right.
interesting stats there, though.
Yeah, and then here's the shot map. I just wanted to show this, and this was I set this up, and this was kind of before because I thought we might be able to target a guy, but it looks like he's going to be on the move, which I already kind of mentioned it. There's center back, but he you can see on the Blackburn side, those were the shots that they took. And if you look, you've got 3. Well, there are actually 4, but one of them came from open play from the striker. But the other 3, they're bunched right there together on that right-hand side of the goal there, right in front of the goal. Those are all headers, all off of set pieces, attacking the same center back who only won 30% of his aerial duels. So it was a guy I thought, that's something that we can exploit. We can exploit that. Well, found out today he's on the move. He looks like he's out, and they brought Christian Bielik in to replace him. So
they were that scared of Aaron's breakdown. They got rid of the guy.
Yeah. Apparently they saw it too. No, actually, he's getting a move up. Actually, so that's what's interesting. He's actually getting a move. Who was it to? I think it's an Italian side, like a Serie A side or something. But it's a move up. It's not a downwards move. So it's not like they're booting him out. They're actually getting a decent chunk of change for him. So I thought that was surprising. And you see for West Brom, a few chances from outside the box, few inside, didn't quite score, and you see the one that scored. And I'll do a breakdown of the one goal. That really, though, a lot of the chances, a lot of it was set piece stuff. This whole game, to be honest, it wasn't a great game to watch. It was pretty good early. West Brom really dominated early, and they looked really strong. But then after that, they just kind of settled in, and both teams just, West Brom defended, Blackburn just kind of passed it around and didn't do a whole lot with it. There was very few chances. So here's their 4-4-2. This is the mid block kind of transitioning into a low block at this point, and you can see this is what they did the whole game. This is how they were. I expect more of the same. Now they did press some, and when they did, this is how it looked. The wingers would come forward and press the outside player, and then obviously the 2 strikers are pressing the inside players. So they basically just matched up 1 for 1 and tried to cut off everything, cut off the passing lanes that way. And then occasionally a midfielder, if they could get a set a trap, one of the midfielders would come up and set a trap. But I couldn't find any good. There weren't great pictures of that. Or good spots to get. So this is where the goal comes from. Comes from a long throw. I think we all remember the old long throws from Tozer, and this was very, very much Tozer-esque. So this ball goes right in front of the box. It literally lands about where that arrow stops. And another thing, I did clean this up a little bit this week, guys. The white arrows will represent passes. Red arrows will represent a player's movement. And then
holy dooly, Aaron, bringing it.
And then I think the blue, I will get to it. I want to say it was blue I went with for shots. I think I did. I kept second guessing myself now, but yeah, something like that. I tried to clean it up a little bit because last week we had the John Madden squiggly lines going on. It was a little crazy, so we cleaned it up a little bit. So there's a circle. This is where the ball lands. So it literally just falls in. Nobody gets it. It lands right there. There's mad scramble for the ball. Gets kicked around. The red arrow is that's Price. That's their number 10, Cam, center attacking midfielder, whatever you want to call him. But the ball basically falls down, and the striker is able to knock it back to him, and he slots it home. You can see where the goalkeeper's positioned right in the middle of the net, and you can see the open spot in the net there. And he just hammers that thing home, easy peasy, nothing to it.
You get the ball into that position, Aaron. It's just chaos,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is. It was chaos. That's exactly what it was, and that's kind of what the whole game was. Just a lot of stuff like that, weird chaos. I mean, just crazy stuff. So this was a turnover. Obviously, they were defending deep. They were able to get the ball back off of Blackburn, and they had a good counterattack. And they did have a couple decent counterattacks through this. Oh, wow. Hold on. Look at this. Steve Barton, $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Steve. Just heard through the grapevine, Bigfoot has officially signed as our CDM. Hey,
Yep.
I'd take him. We need somebody.
Harry all over's cousin, Bigfoot.
Yes, exactly. Bigfoot. First name Big, last name Foot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Steve, $50, absolute legend. Yes. I love it. And I'll tell you what, Steve, on that, we do need another centre back. You are 100% right. So hopefully
we're getting there.
That rumor can be confirmed.
Yep, hope so. We got definitely some rumors flying around for sure. Anyway, to get back to this. So this was a counterattack they had. It was there was a couple of these. This was probably their best counterattack. That probably should have ended in a goal and didn't quite. But let's go to the next slide here. There you go. Ball gets played forward, and you see the striker comes out. I think that's actually Price. I'm not positive. But he gets the ball here, and he's going to make a run down the wing. And then this guy,
look at how exposed the defense is there. With
yeah,
those two
exactly. Exactly. They'd put a lot forward to try to break them down because they were struggling so much to break them down. And so go to the next slide, and you can see the ball's right there. You can see the white arrow that represents the pass, and then you can see the player it's cutting from the inside to the outside to receive that pass. It was a good little piece of work. And then the player that makes the pass, he's actually going to run inside after this. And you'll see they actually have two players that end up. He gets a shot off, but him and another player run into each other and kind of screws it up. And that's coming up in this next slide. Okay, so the ball now is received. Now he's going to cut this ball back to the middle, but you can see the two red arrows that are kind of pointing towards each other. Yep. Yeah, that's how that ends up. They both go for this ball, and you can see they're both trying to score. And the keeper, I gave, the blue arrow is for the shot, the green arrow is for the keeper. To his save he makes, and he does make a save. But you can see where these two collided with each other.
I watched this game, Aaron, and they basically kicked each other.
Oh, they did. Wiped each other out. Keeper makes a good save either way. Probably would have been better if the other player, the second player coming in there, would have got the shot, because I think he had a better shot at it, just because of the angle he was at. But that's pretty much it though. There wasn't a ton in this game. They're set up big. They're definitely defensive type team, or at least they were in this game. Maybe they'll be different against us, but I think they'll probably set up similar. So it'll be interesting to see who actually ends up with more of the ball. But they didn't do a ton. It was all counterattacking. It was all, that kind of football. There just wasn't a ton in it. It was a 1-0 game. It was kind of boring at times. There's a lot of times where Blackburn were just holding on to the ball just for the sake of holding on to it. And that's just kind of how it went. I did have that up the town, and a little treat in the corner there for our fearless leader. Hashtag save Max in the chat. Let's go.
Hashtag save Max. I love it. So yeah. So I mean, okay. So let's break that down then, Aaron. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're a threat to us this weekend? Where their threat's coming from? Can we win?
I'll be honest. I think we can win. It's it'll be really interesting to see that, because they reminded me a lot of us. They just play like us. Obviously, a different formation, but they just play that style of football. Just set up really solid defensively, and just defend like crazy. And then when they have the ball, it's get the ball forward as quick as you can, and we're trying to get to the net. You know what I mean? There wasn't a lot of holding the ball up. Wasn't a lot. It just, they weren't holding on to the ball just for the sake of having it. When they had the ball, they were trying to get forward with purpose and get to the net. But they turned the ball over quite a few times. They gave it away pretty easily sometimes. So,
So we're gonna get opportunities.
yeah, there were some opportunities. Like I said, I really thought I found a weak spot with that center back, because he struggled. There was 3 headers that he should have been winning and were getting won by the offensive players, and they just couldn't quite convert them. But I thought, man, we could go after this guy, and then of course they're shipping him off. Yeah, they get rid of him. So I guess they thought so too. Another one,
Maxiverse,
Maxiverse.
$9.99.
Thank you so much.
Keep the penny.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, Maxiverse, for a super sticker.
I love doing hashtag save Max, because Max is in no threat of being.
No, I know. It just messing with. I'm just hoping Josh watched so he can see that. I'm waiting for him to hop in the chat and yell at me, or call me.
He's in the middle of moving stuff today, setting up new internet and everything. I do know that right at the moment, so that's funny. But anyway, okay, so that covers off West Brom. Interesting.
Yes.
So I think that we're going to get opportunities. That was my summation from what you've just delivered. I guess now we take it over to our team, and Victor can tell us how we're going to break them down.
Yeah, me. Interesting analysis. Thanks for that. I was thinking about how we can face them, looking at the tactical design, the tactical formation. Like I think that we need to go in a box midfield in this situation, because if they are defending this 4-4-2 and we put three players in the middle, we can outnumber the zone with our other 2 midfielders going up, the wingers making the field wide. So between these lines, the first and the second line, we can overload them easily if we pick this formation. But we need to have the ball to do this. And looks like we can have the ball, because we'll play home. As Aaron said, they play like us. So we usually, our opponents have more possession. So I think that it can be good. But in the same situation, depending on how we defend, they can also outnumber us in the same way. So it will be more a chess match, like. The 2 teams are really play in a similar way. But yeah, okay, let's see what we did in our last match. I'll have this overall breakdown.
Excellent.
Well, we had our first round match in championship after 43 years. What a moment. Yeah. Oh my God.
Wasn't the same lineup?
What?
Wasn't the same lineup as we had last time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was interesting because we played a better opponent in some aspects. They just came down from Premier League. They were playing home, and I think that we did a really decent match. We got stuck to our game plan, and then I'll show it in some parts. But in general, we could defend well. We could choose most of the match we could choose how we will let them attack. So we are always close in the middle, well, using well the pressing triggers. So always trying to get them out of our defensive block, just making the ball go around and then ending up in a cross usually. But across with our defense in a better situation, usually outnumbering them until the second half. But we'll get into there. But that was interesting, and despite the numbers tell that they had more possession, they had more finish. They finished more. They had more shots, but when we see the quality of the chances, we are much more. We were much more dangerous than them. Yeah, we had like 3 clear chances, and two other great chances that their defenders could recover well. But our game plan worked because, well, we were defending, taking a few risks, and then recovering the ball every time and going straight, going direct. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Barton's just thrown in another $10 super chat there. As our leading scorer, Palmer is now requesting his number 9 back.
I love it, the interview. He said when they asked, how do you feel in this level? Much easier than League One. I just scored 2, 2 goals in a match, and last season I scored 3. So yeah.
Just remember, he only scored 3 goals all of last season.
The whole season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I just got super. You keep going, Victor.
So let's talk about how we defended, and then in general. Then I will show some screenshots. Then we can go through the individual plays. Let me share my screen.
Somebody ready? And there you go. You good?
Yeah.
I'll put for you. There you go.
So that's how we defended most of the time. In the mid block, mid to low. Sometimes and then we were close in these passing lanes, always with the 2 front mans
just blocking
following the ball. Yeah, blocking the passes. And then when we got the pressing triggers, that usually was like a pass to one of these players who came here. Then we closed down, everyone trying to suffocate the possession, or a pass to the side. When, for example, they pass here, then everyone is going up and closing the passing lanes. This worked a lot. We could recover a lot of possession here, especially on the right side in this mid to high block. Dobson did well. Barnett did well. Even Windes could steal some possession.
They definitely came more down the left, didn't they? Like Barnett and Dobson and Clearworth were facing more of the attack than Kakache and Brunt. Yeah.
But when they were attacking on the from the right side, usually in a mid to low block, we could steal some good possessions. We could recover some good possessions, make some good interceptions. And we were very dangerous in our counterattacks or the offensive transitions for some balls, for some duels in the middle, right?
Yep.
Where we didn't do well when their midfielders, especially Fraser and Charles, actually both all the 3 of them, when they're moving around, usually these guys, O'Brien and Matt James, didn't know who would follow, who would close the pass, who would press. Dobson also did that, but these two guys were in doubt a lot of times. Also, this happened with the two frontmen, the two attackers. A lot of times, Windass and Moore, they were not well coordinated, and then sometimes the ball comes to the side. Windass was pressing, Moore didn't press, and then was waiting for Windass to go, or Windass were trying to close the middle, and then Moore was in doubt. So they could find some free spaces when these players change position. So when this is happening for a long time, when we face some things that has this fluidity in the attack, we were suffering. But let's go. Let's see some screenshots. Let's go to the screenshot battle. I got a lot of examples to show, but I think that we can see that and then stop to talk about some situations.
Real quick, while you're pulling that up, I'll pull up a super chat. Thank you, Logan Roberts, SKO, $4.99 super chat. Do you think Broadhead will replace Dobson or maybe play striker? I think he'll play further up the pitch. I don't think he would come in to replace Dobson. Could be wrong. I don't think so. I think he's a player who's going to play further up for us. I think I can actually see, and this is something, maybe we'll get into this deeper after Victor finishes, but I think we'll probably see more of that. Oh, there you go. We'll see more of that formation where we're kind of playing 2-10s, where we're playing the box midfield, and I think you'll probably see a Windass and Broadhead playing off whoever's playing the number 9. So whether it's Moore or whoever's playing, Hardy or whoever's playing up front. So I think that's probably what we'll see. But thanks for the super chat, Logan. Really appreciate it. And we'll get to more of that. We'll get to more of what we think we'll do going forward, and we'll talk about Broadhead and stuff later on the show. But let's get through this breakdown, and then we can get to some of that stuff.
Good call.
All right.
Nice.
Go ahead, Victor.
Okay, so this is an example with defending. We have Moore and Windass right here. Then Barnett is closing down because that's the pressing the pressing trigger. So the pass was to the side. Barnett closing down. Dobson here are 3 midfielders. So always the midfielder and the winger from the side of the play. They advance it, waiting for the trigger. Then everyone goes up. In this situation, we could steal the ball and have a good opportunity.
Yep.
Here in this situation, we can see that it didn't work well. We have our 2 strikers here. They couldn't close the passing lanes well. Then Charles receives here, and then there's Fraser, totally free. 3 players here for 2. So we were unbalanced, and then they could put us in danger in this situation. Here in a mid to low block, we can see in this situation, we could see a lot of times Windass here, like in a diamond in the middle. So here is James Dobson. Here is O'Brien, and then Windass. This guy is Barnett. This is clear. So here's our mid to low block, closing well the passing lanes. When they change the side of the play, everyone reorganizing well, or forcing them to a long ball, to a uncomfortable cross, or forcing them to go back and then going up. We did this well the whole match. Here's a situation in a high press. In these situations, because of Windass and Moore, like we're not so coordinated. They could find some good pass in the middle. They could advance, but when they advanced, we could sit in a low block. We could reorganize well, and then stop the play again. we can see that everybody, all the passing options here are blocked. You know, we always have a player close to them, our striker marking 2 defenders, so we can have 1 more man in the back. Another situation where they couldn't finish in danger. Actually, they only have good finishes in the end of the match, because every time they were weak shots in the middle, pressed shots, so we did well. Another situation of defending, Fraser, he comes down, he drops deep to receive the ball, and then Charles goes up, a lot of space in the middle. Every time this happened, O'Brien and Matt James, they didn't know who would follow who. We didn't change these short chases very well, so this was a easy way they could break our first line of pressure. Here, when we were in a low block, then we sit like this, 5-3-2. In this picture, we can see that everyone is in the defensive field. And then the same situation, when we can push them back, everybody, the winger from the side, the midfielder from the side of the play, always going up.
Yeah. Just quickly, Victor. Unfortunately, Steve, there's no truth to the rumor that Josh will willingly officially announce a sponsorship with Just for Men. The only reason he can't do that is because it may be a different brand. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just that Just for Men just doesn't react well with his scalp, and he has to use a different brand of product. But
okay. Well, here's another situation where Fraser, he starts open wide, then he comes to the middle, nobody follows him. We have 3 players here for 1, and then Fraser is free. Neither James or O'Brien, they looked at him, but they decided not to go to close.
Yep.
I'm showing these situations because the goal, both goal situations, the free kick one and the second goal, we have this kind of scenario where James and O'Brien and our defenders, they were all in doubt, and a lot of players who close adjust, but no one did.
Well, the interesting part about this stuff that Victor and Aaron are showing us right here, this is exactly what the managers do and the coaching staff, and break it down, and they sit with the players and they go through this, and they say, this is what led to us, giving up that goal. This is where we need to correct that next week if we get ourselves in the same situation. So what you're actually seeing here is pretty much a behind the curtains of what actually happens. Now, it might not be exactly, they might see something different to what we're seeing, but that just means clearly they're not as smart as Aaron and Victor.
Yeah. If they want to hire us, we're available.
You're available. Okay. There we go. We'll have to check.
And I'll do it for cheap.
Yeah. Okay, there's another.
GLP mightn't release you, you know that. But yeah. So,
another quick example of the same situation, as Barnett and Dobson goes up, Clearworth is following them, then James and O'Brien and Kakachi retreating to protect the last line. Second half, the same design. And then every time that they had quality players, then every time one of our players was going late for the match, then we had a snowball of bad decisions, and then they could break our lines and attack fast. But in these situations, we can see when we sit in a mid block how organized we were, and we could steal this ball when this pass came here. O'Brien just let me use my new toy here.
My new toy, I love it.
Then all these guys were closing. We could steal the ball.
Yep.
Okay. In this situation, we got another good turnover, another good counter attack. Another situation, Barnett is late. This guy already decided what he would do. He passed this ball here to Downs. Then in a one touch, he passed to this guy doing this movement. We had some trouble in this situation. Okay. Before I go to and one example of their finish, a week one, players closing down, or in this cross, one player to fight against two or three more the goalkeeper plus the goalkeeper. Okay. Oh well, let me go into this defensive phase until the end.
Mm-hmm.
The problems in the second half, they did some subs. They started releasing some one of the defenders, especially the number 12 Edwards, to go up, to go further forward, and then they started to outnumber some zones. In these situations, we had the advantage again, but this zone of the pitch, especially when Dobson was really tired at some point of the match, and then we could see some situations where they had not this one. Okay, it passed, but where they have a lot of space in this zone. And in this picture, we can see that they are attacking with 8 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they were really outnumbering our defensive line, and then our midfielders were in doubt about dropping deep or advancing to press. This situation, the screenshot shows this. Both Dobson and James, they don't know if they close here or if they press the pass, so they could advance. Another situation where they could do a good cross, and now we're not so good inside the box. If there's the same number of attackers and defenders, we are outnumbered. It's the same number, but inside the box we need to have one more at least. And this is their first goal. There was this fall, the same situation. You can see that in the zone they have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 4 players here. Sam Smith is not marking anyone, so they have 3 players between the lines. In the most dangerous zone, there was a snowballing situation. Then Dobson was here. We can see O'Brien is not pressing, and he's offering space in all the zone here. Then James, for Matty James, the same situation. He's not pressing. Sorry. Then he's not closing the zone, and Dobson is far away from his man. Then the play evolves. Dobson is late. Fall. Then we know what happened. I don't need to remember. And the second goal, same situation. Sorry.
Just quickly, Steve Martin's. Also, there's a rumor that makes him feel good that Aaron has turned down a sponsorship from JB Weld. Aaron, do you want to fill people in what JB Weld is?
Yeah, it's the stuff that you like mix together, and it gets you can put it on stuff, and it like clogs cracks and things like that. It gets real hard. But I can tell you right now, there's no chance in hell I'm turning down a JB Weld sponsorship. No chance. So
No chance?
that's fake news. That's
That's
fake news. I will absolutely take that sponsorship. JB Weld, if you're watching, hit me up.
This is great. This is fantastic. Keep going. Sorry, Victor.
No, that's good. Well, every time we started to go up with the block, especially in the second half when
Mhm.
we had the tired legs, as Phil Parkinson said in both interviews. They could find this space, this situation. We can see that. Well, we're not pressing anyone, and we had two players here that could be defending. They could find this long pass. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 players against 3 in our last line. A huge mess. Clearworth, we had an individual mistake here. Clearworth, he was running. He could get a sliding tackle, close this passing lane. He had the opportunity, but he decided to stop to cover this guy. But he's young. He needs to remember that in this situation, the priority is to protect the goal. You forget about the players who are behind, because you don't need to close. You don't need to mark this man. This is the main threat. He could score in all situations. So he needed to close here. But okay, he's young. He'll work on that. And the last screenshot about our defensive mess, we can see a lot of free players in this between the lines, and a lot of players who are marking anyone. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Any comments about this defensive part?
No, I think you broke it down pretty well there. I think you're pretty spot on. It's yeah, and I think a lot of the issues we had were is just the group's not meshed yet. You know what I mean? I think the more time they get together, a lot of that stuff's going to get cleaned up. Especially when they're not sure who needs to close down who, and who, things like that. Like more time on the pitch together, playing together. That's going to help a lot of that. You got to think like Kiefer Moore. He had just joined us 3 days before the game or something like that. So we hadn't had a ton of time with everybody all together. So that's stuff you're going to see early in the season. We're going to get it'll get better as the season goes on for sure, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and well, I finished this part showing the issues, but our game plan worked really well. I'll show how many great opportunities we got by recovering possession and then counter-attacking. In this situation, Dobson was here, started here, and then when the pressing trigger was released, he advanced. We can see Barnes advancing. Windows was closing this pass. Then when we stole the ball, everyone running up. The play ended well with a mistake in the decision making, because we had a good pass, and we had O'Brien offering a good pass lane. He could end in a good situation, but we didn't do this pass. But okay, we could steal the ball. Another situation here, Dobson steals the ball in this screenshot of low quality. He in the first touch, he passed it. Then we have Kakachi here. Actually, this is Kakachi. Dobson stole the ball, passed Kakachi, then advanced, and then Dobson just stopped. He should go until the end, but he stopped. But it was another good situation. Matter of getting used to the situation. This was the penalty. really great counterattack. It started in a throw-in. Then we could steal the ball. Dobson was really quick to pass to Windes. Then we have this player with this quality, with time and space. He will do what he did to Kiefer Moore running.
Oh, that's so. I love this. Maxi versus him with another $5. Hashtag save Aaron. That's funny. That is really funny, mate.
Yeah. Maxiverse, you keep sending those super chats, and maybe I won't take that. Maybe I won't take that sponsorship deal.
Interesting. Okay. So Victor, I guess looking at this and looking at what you saw Aaron produce for West Brom, do you feel like we've got a good opportunity here to get on them and get over the top of them at home?
I think we can. Yeah. Go ahead, Victor.
Yeah. No. You can say, because this question links to the next point that I want to say. That's what we did when we had the ball. But yeah, I think you can say, you can make a comment.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think we'll definitely have the opportunity to have some of the ball. Just the way they play, they're not going to. It won't be like Southampton where they had 75% of the ball.
Yeah.
Or at least it would be. If it was, they would be a big change from what they did this past weekend. So I don't expect that. I think they're going to play, especially being away. They're playing away. I think they're going to look to just defend and hit on the counter, and so I think we'll definitely have our chances. We'll definitely have the ball. But yeah, go ahead, Victor. Let's see what we did offensively. It's be interesting.
Well, offensively, we were dangerous in this situation, in these offensive transitions, still in the possession. We can see that there's a pattern. Every time we steal the ball and get a counterattack, the ball is on the side of the pitch. So that's the pressing trigger. We force them to play around, to go to the side. Then we steal the ball and attack quickly using the side.
Yeah. So we're using the speed of Kakache, Windass, O'Brien, Barnett, these guys. That's what we were using the speed to on the turnover, weren't we?
Yeah.
And even Aaron mentioned it in the game on the weekend. He was surprised with Kiefer Moore's speed.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, I was. I was absolutely. It's not like he's got blazing speed. It's just for a big guy, he's a lot faster than I expected him to be, because I've not watched him play a lot. You know what I mean? And
which is why he was so hard to defend.
Yeah, I think so. He's so big, and he can move pretty well for a big guy. That's why he got the pin. This is a perfect example. And I know I told you this, Ken, when we were watching, because me and Ken watched the game together, guys. Just a little inside baseball. So after we did the pregame show, we just sat there and watched the game together. And I said, Ollie Palmer doesn't get that penalty because he'd never got into the box. They'd have caught him before he ever got there.
Yeah.
Because of the speed
in front of his man.
Yeah, exactly. Kiefer Moore was fast enough. He's not that he's fast, but he's fast enough that he could get there, and he could force that penalty. You know what I mean? He could force it to happen. Ollie, I don't think ever gets it done.
Just quickly, Chris, we will do that probably we'll do a detailed breakdown of Broadhead on another show, but keep going, Aaron. So
no, I just wanted to point that out with Kiefer Moore. I was super impressed with him. I thought he was so good, and really when he came off, that changed the game, because we were able to play further up the pitch when he was on, because he caused so much trouble, and his hold up play was so good. It helped the whole team play further forward. When he went off, you saw how much deeper we started playing in our own half. And by the end of the game, it was just we're super low block.
He was drawing a defender and a half. Sometimes two, sometimes one. Like, that's what I'm saying, a defender and a half. And what that meant is their whole team gets pulled back with that, which makes them less threatening going forward. So yeah, that was very interesting. But I mean, do we want to transition now into who we think will play on the weekend?
Yeah, you can go.
Because I've got a screen here. I'll bring it up for you boys. Can then and what I've done is bring up this is the team that played in the Carabao Cup, and we'll move it around. And then obviously up the top is all the bench players that were named in that game, obviously. And you notice I put the ball next to Palmer. I thought he deserved it. But also down the bottom, I've got every other squad player, and the ones in blue are injured.
Right.
So you guys, okay, so why don't we start at the back? Victor, who do you think is going to be our keeper?
Ward. Danny Ward.
Okay.
Definitely Danny Ward.
So we'll bring, and then you think Okonkwo will be on the bench?
Yeah, I think.
Yep, okay, I'll move him up to the bench and Burton back down to the bottom. Okay. Aaron, you take the back three.
All right, so yeah, we'll play the same back three we did against Southampton. So it'll be Cody in the middle, Brunt on the left, and Cleworth on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops.
Yeah, I would take James off the bench. I don't think he'll be on the bench.
Cleworth in here. Where is? I don't have.
Save Cleworth.
Oh,
I don't have Cleworth in there.
See, you didn't even have him on team. Hashtag save Max.
Save
Hashtag
Max.
save Max.
Save
Good
Max.
Lord, these guys are
Ouch.
terrible.
That's harsh. Sorry, Max.
Won't even leave him. It's just horrible.
That was an oversight. That was an oversight by me, Max. My apologies.
Hashtag sorry, Max.
Yeah, hashtag sorry, Max.
Sorry, hashtag sorry.
I'll take that. I'll wear that. Where are you, Max?
Josh is trying to sell him. Ken's printed and he's not even on the team. Number 4. Yeah.
Okay, so now and then. Well, actually, I'll just muck around with the So Scar. So you don't think Scar will make the bench?
O'Connell
will make the bench. I'm assuming you think Aaron James may or may not make the bench. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so let's now get into. Well, why don't I give Victor the centre 3, and then I'll give you the wing back. So who's your centre 3 in the middle there, Victor?
Hold on, let me ask you this before you do it. Do you think we'll start with the center 3? Or will we go? Will it be a box midfield?
Oh, here we go.
That might be a bigger question. Before you pick 3, will it be a box?
What's
midfield?
that formation?
I think that's a good situation to try the box midfield because of the way the opponent defends.
Okay, well, give me the midfield.
But I think that I don't know that we could start with the same. Like Dobson and James,
Matty James,
the back 2, and then O'Brien and Windass the front 2. Don't know if Broadhead comes to be a starter.
And that's another interesting question that we'll get into.
On the left, O'Brien, yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll move them just a touch wider. Okay, yep. Okay. And then
Smith goes off.
Smith goes off.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. So I mean, look, yep. Okay.
And then the wing backs, I think will go Kukache, and I thought Barnett played well enough to keep his spot. I don't think Longman replaces him, so I'd leave Barnett.
Well, Barnett's got more speed than Longman. That's evident, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay, so that means.
But I think that when you're running with a defender, I think that Longman's better protecting the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we have 2 great options.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, which is what we need, because
Yeah.
obviously that's where Southampton beat us.
Yeah.
Okay, and who's our man up front?
Who you think, Victor?
Hardy or Broadhead as a false nine. Hardy is a kind of a striker with a great mobility. I think that
Mm-hmm.
Hardy or Broadhead. I would start with Hardy.
Aaron, you happy with that?
Yeah, assuming that Big Kiefer's out.
I've just got him in blue.
Yeah,
as
I'm
in
just
at the
assuming.
moment.
Honestly, I wouldn't be totally surprised if he went with Smith instead of Hardy.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see because I could see if he starts Broadhead, and he may throw him right in. If he starts Broadhead, I could see Broadhead playing where O'Brien is, and O'Brien playing where Dobson is, and Dobson not being on the pitch. I think that would be like ideally. I think having Windass and Broadhead as your two attacking midfielders.
Well, I'm giving you two guys license here. Is this your starting lineup?
Yeah.
This weekend.
I almost think he's going to throw Broadhead in there.
Yeah.
What's it going to hurt? I don't know. And here's the other thing too. All right. Do you think there's a possibility he sticks with the midfield three? If he's decided he's not going to start Hardy, do you stick with the midfield three and bring Hardy in for Windass later in the game?
Okay.
So maybe you know what I mean. So maybe it is a 3-5-1-1 instead of the box midfield. I don't know. There's so many different ways.
Seriously, this guy can't make a decision.
I can't
make a decision for us, Victor. What are we doing?
I don't know.
I'll tell you this. This is probably the right.
Right. That's it. You two boys, you've both been yellow carded. You can't make a decision. You're meant to be the tactical experts. I'm over this. You two guys, get back on here and make a decision.
No, I made my decision. I think that this is the
right 11. I'm not sure how the lineup. This is the right 11.
Yeah, because with this 11, we can both play in midfield 3 and in the box midfield because of O'Brien. Yeah. And then I think that the doubt is about Broadhead if he comes in.
Yeah, it just depends on if they feel comfortable with just throwing him right in without a lot of training. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Congratulations to Nick for being a member for 16 months. I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it easy for you. This is your starting lineup. Now, let's pick our bench.
Well, Broadhead's definitely there.
Well, wait up. We'll start. AO's the keeper?
Yeah.
Yep. Evans not on the bench?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
What? Victor?
We don't have another defensive midfielder. It needs to be him.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron James?
I don't know about O'Connor. Don't know what happened to him. Do you guys have any news?
I've not heard anything about O'Connor.
Yeah, me neither.
Not yet. Well, see, I would argue with you that O'Connell is a defensive mid as well, but you're saying midfielder, not a back. So I understand what you're saying. I mean, we've got 9, so we've got 8 players besides the keeper. So will Aaron James make the bench or not?
I don't think so.
Okay. O'Connell, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Elliot Lee.
Yep.
Yeah. He played well.
McLean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Then Longman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ashfield.
Nope.
No. Broadhead is on the block. Yeah.
Okay. So you're bringing Broadhead up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You only got 2 more. You basically got 2 forwards to pick, boys.
Smith,
yes. So you got 1 more. Now, look, I do have the ball beside a guy that scored 2 goals.
Ollie.
Oli, yeah.
I'll go Ollie. Big target
Probably.
flipper.
He gets the ball, which means Marriott doesn't make it.
No, I'm seeing I'm seeing the chat. We'll bring Dan Moore's. Dan Moore dropped a super chat. Totally disagree. No Dobson. I listen. Ideally, yes. I'm thinking obviously from next week on, Broadhead is absolutely in the starting lineup. I just wonder because it's so late in the week, if maybe he brings him on later. You know what I'm saying? That's the only, just because it's so late in the week that we signed him. That's my only.
If he was signed last week, you definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. If he was signed 2 days ago, I think he's definitely in.
Okay.
My only thing, I just think it's just a little close, and he may still start him, and I would not be opposed to that either. That's my thing. Like I think.
He definitely played last week. Switch.
He played right. He definitely had I think when he started switching this, he definitely had a player like Broadhead in mind when he started playing this box midfield. He wanted a player like that to come in, and so I mean, Broadhead is definitely the guy for that role. And then yeah, absolutely, you drop Dobson and O'Brien goes to where Dobson is, and I totally agree with that.
John Emlyn.
I'm just not sure. Yeah. Yep. Right, but he was signed. I think he was signed on a Tuesday, maybe Wednesday.
I'm loving the spiciness in the chat now. Carol in HR is fired up. He's just gone. If he was signed last week, you guys would still put him on the bench. O'Brien as a
What are you talking about? Yeah. Carol, you fell and bumped your head.
Yellow card for you, Carol.
Yeah, yellow card for Carol. I already talked this through. I already told you. You got Ken timeout. I got yellow carded by Ken for suggesting, wait a minute, maybe he does start. I couldn't make the decision whether he starts or not.
No, you were yellow card.
I got yellow carded for saying.
You were yellow carded for not making a decision.
So you guys need to yell at Ken for not letting me decide whether Broadhead
starts
or not.
You guys were the 8-second rule. That's what you were.
Nice. About the midfield, I would prefer Dobson in and James out because of the intensity when pressing and marking, and Dobson can cover a wider zone than a bigger zone than James, and I don't like O'Brien when he's too much when he's protecting our box. He's better pressing high, so I don't know. I think that if we play O'Brien and Dobson is better than O'Brien and James because we would lose some intensity when defending. I don't know. And I don't know. We need to see how Broadhead will be defending also if we play a box midfield. I think that we can start in a midfield 3 with James, Dobson, O'Brien, like the 3-5-1-1, and then depending on the situation, Broadhead can come in and switch to a box midfield probably.
Okay, so your 3-5-1-1 would be that there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little unbalanced, like with Windows. Yeah. O'Brien a little more advanced than Windows. Yeah,
something like that.
Because we defend in a 5-3-2. Even when we attack in a box midfield, we defend in a 5-3-2.
Just quickly, Nick Donnellan, yes, he's celebrating himself by paying us $10. Nick, thank you very much. Being the first TLP member, he thinks Kelly and Connie may have him on being first subscriber, but I think that's absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Nick, and congratulations to you. I do think there's some other great chats here, like they are just going nuts here, which is great. People saying here, Dobson doesn't have the same football IQ as James. Dobson doesn't have the legs for this level. It's been one game. I do think that he was found out a little bit last week, but I'm not going to judge a man on one game, but I tend to agree that, I'm thinking now we are starting to see our squad make him a bench player. And as I say that, I also want to say obviously last week Southampton showed us out when the interchanges came. So our bench has to look as good as our starting lineup for us to be competitive in the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion on that. So does that mean then that because, they're into us for Broadhead not starting, but is it actually good to have Broadhead on the bench to bring someone on that is that good?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts there?
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw what happened when Southampton brought on $50 million worth of players. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I think yeah, I
Carol's
mean,
apologizing. You don't need to apologize, Carol. You're a fan.
no,
Just
we're
enjoy
just
it.
having a good time. Kara, we're
Yeah.
just messing with you. You know that. We know.
So,
And that was,
interesting.
but it's a good argument though, because here's the thing: we're all trying to get in Parky's head, and sometimes, like, I know, like when we bought McLean in League Two, we bought him during the week and he threw him right in. Kiefer Moore bought him during the week, threw him right in. Other players he bought them,
Smith,
and then he slowly would bring him in. And it just depends on the player. Now, obviously, for the money, I agree. I would tend to say, yeah, Broadhead probably start. The money you're paying him, you're bringing him into play. Let him play.
So what? So you bring
The
Broadhead
only
on?
thing is just because it is so late in the week. Like, I could see him not starting him just because it's so late in the week.
Okay.
If you had
So
an extra day, you know what I mean? Like,
well, let's flip the coin. If Broadhead does play, who comes off instead of Broadhead?
to me, Dobson.
Victor?
Hardy.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so you play him up all the way up front. So you
let's
play
have,
him
let's
in
have a
the
look.
false
Let's have
nine.
a look at those. Let's have a look at those two lineups.
Yeah.
So there's Aaron.
Except I would change my midfield around.
Okay.
James and O'Brien are the two deep, and then it's Windass and Broadhead up playing off of Hardy.
So that's what you'd have.
That's what I would have.
Broadhead on the left, and
Yeah. Broadhead would play the left. He's a left-sided player. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yep. Okay. So there we go. So there's Aaron. Now.
Yeah, I also agree with this.
Okay.
That's
but
possible.
Before you agreed with it, Victor, you went this way.
Yeah, because I think that is more safe to start. Yeah. And then because in this situation, O'Brien can also be the
Brian can come into here.
Third man.
Yeah.
Can do that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Probably.
As an option, it can rotate.
Because it can even be like this. Windows and Broadhead in the front, and O'Brien as a number 10 in some situations. We play like this when we were playing Elliot Lee and by the end of the last season, some situations.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
plenty of options.
Okay. This is the best part about being a football fan. People just take a step back for a second.
It's all speculation.
It's all speculation, and these are all the options. And we're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to find out. But in the meantime, oh my God, like it is just, I think the more likely for me probably is that
Broadhead's not going to play a holding midfielder.
No, fair call. But then, and this is the thing. So how do you?
O'Brien is the one that would play back. O'Brien will play the holding midfielder
on the left.
Sure. Yeah. James will play down there. O'Brien will play back there. Broadhead will play.
That's possible. That's possible.
That would be, to me. That would be right now with the players we have. If Kiefer Moore is healthy and Kiefer Moore is up top, we put Kiefer Moore up top, and then the rest of that's my preferred lineup for us right now.
Okay, guys. Now, just take a look at that lineup right now. There are only 4 players in that starting lineup from last season.
Yep.
Yeah.
4 players. And just remember, you've got Kiefer Moore out injured, Thomason out injured. There's 2 more. Now, I don't think that Thomason fits in with all those guys. So at least, Thomason, you could quite have a good argument here to go like this and bring Kiefer Moore up onto the bench or Hardy on the bench and swap those two if Kiefer Moore's not injured.
If he's not injured. Yeah.
If he's not injured. And Thomason, where does Thomason come into this lineup? Does he replace Matty James?
I don't know. I'm not. I think he was a depth piece when we brought him in, and I don't know enough about. I'd have to see him play before I could really. You know what I'm saying?
Or does he come?
Probably Evans. It's probably Evans comes off the bench.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But I think that if Thomason fits well our team, if he gets back, he can be a starter. Then probably Hardy would go to the bench. Broadhead would advance. We advance O'Brien, and then we have Thomason and James, or Thomason and Dobson, or either in the best scenario, Thomason and Rathbone. I think those are our 2 starting 11. Our 2 midfielders in the best starting 11.
I'm just playing around here. I'm having some fun.
Rathbone,
and I'm going, this is if no one was injured.
McLean out?
I'm having some fun here.
Who's your cover at left wing back? Who's your cover at left wing back?
Good point. That's it. Now, this is on the fly, so I'll look at it again. Okay, so my left wing, you probably could bring Dobbo out and bring McLean in at the moment. Now, there's a lot of argument for that being good enough. And you see, well, what I've just done there is in my head, I'm just starting to think about this, and I'm going, I can see a situation here where J-Rod doesn't get picked.
Yeah. No,
That's crazy.
I don't think you'd
Dan Moore.
I don't think
How can Dan Moore say if Cannon wasn't fit, you wouldn't have him in your squad?
I was getting ready to say it. I wouldn't.
I think Dobson is in a higher level.
Dobson's in there.
Wow. Okay. We'll see. This is it. Part of being a fan. You get to make these choices.
But just even look back at League One though. Even when Cannon was healthy, he wasn't starting every week. He was on the bench.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well,
And about J-Rod, I won't miss him. Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks for your service.
# save J-Rod.
I don't think you're going to get many people typing # save J-Rod.
Ouch. Victor, brutal.
Not because of him. Okay, because of him, but look how many better options we have right now.
This is the point, isn't it? You look at J-Rod and you go, we've got Hardy, Windass, Broadhead, Kiefer Moore, Sam Smith.
There's no room for him.
And here's the other thing, guys. Here's the other thing. Rumors are he wants possibly 2 more center backs and possibly 2 more midfielders.
Well, okay, so we've got 11 players on the pitch.
Insane.
We've got 11 players on the pitch. We've got 9 players on the bench. That's 20. You've got 5. You can only keep 5 down the bottom here. Plus, let's say you keep Ashfield and Aaron James because they're under 21, right?
Yeah. Right.
Now, we get in, let's say we could just get in 2 more players. We get in
get 1 center back, one midfielder. How about that?
1 center back, 1 midfielder. That gets you up to, I've brought 2 up onto the pitch, so that's 13 and 9 is 22. Oh, they don't count, sorry. 11 and 9 is 20. You've got
the third
And there's
goalkeeper.
2 more players. Okay, so I'll do this. So now you have
There's
those 2
room
players
for-
are staying, and you bring Burton up. He has to stay. You have to have 3 keepers.
Yeah.
So that is 3 is 14. 14 and 9 is 23. Get rid of everybody down here except for 2 players.
So
Scar.
O'Connell is out.
Scar's
O'Connor,
gone.
Scar.
O'Connor.
Yeah,
Evans.
and I would release Evans. I would keep Lee.
Keep Lee. Okay.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
keep Lee.
yeah.
J-Rod.
No, J-Rod is out.
Rainbird's gone.
So I think he's under 21, isn't he?
Or
Yeah.
he might be too.
Some of those guys are under 21. I think
Purvis
some,
is under
yeah.
21.
Purvis is under
Purvis,
21. Edwards,
Moore,
I think, is
Edwards,
under
yeah.
21.
All of them.
Moore, I think, is under 21.
You think Moore's under 21?
I'm
Edwards?
pretty sure. Yeah, Edwards, I think, is under 21 also.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So those guys.
you've still got to get rid of.
Lee
You've
is
still got to
in.
get rid of 2 more. You've still got to get rid of 2 more out of those 4.
Got to get rid of 2 more.
2 more of those 4 have to go.
Marriott. And Cannon.
Cannon won't be
Cannon,
registered
we
the
don't
first
know,
half of the
yeah.
season. So
Hannah won't be registered the
he's
first
out.
half of the season, so he'll probably hang around and stay. It's sort of like a default stay because he can't play. So, okay, so now you've still got to get rid of.
So Marriott.
Marriott.
I
Bye-bye,
mean,
Marriott.
And 1 more.
another one. I thought you
Oh,
said
no, just 1 more.
Just
So
one more.
Lee Palmer and Marriott.
Mm.
But have room for 2, right?
Yeah, you got to get rid of 1 more.
Okay.
I think if it's a choice between
this is if we sign 2 more players, remember.
yeah.
Guys.
If it's a
If we
choice
sign 3 more
between
players, you don't have to get rid of 2 more.
if it's a choice between Palmer and Marriott, I think I keep Palmer just because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of small those small striker like players. You know what I mean?
So a leading goal scorer last year is gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fair. I mean,
Just saying. Like these are the conversations they have to have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it is, and it's a tough one. It's not gonna be easy.
I think that we need to pick 2 from these
2 to
7
stay.
players who are out of the pitch, like from J-Rod to Marriott. I would pick Lee. I would
To
pick
stay.
3: Lee, Scar, and O'Connor, and then I would release O'Connell if we sign 2 more.
O'Connell.
Who's
That's a fair point, actually. If you're signing another decent person at
If you
It's
sign
not that-
2, if you sign 2 center backs,
well, even 1.
I think he's gonna keep 6. I think he'll have 6 center backs on the team.
Because Aaron James, he's willing to play at times, I've noticed so far.
Mhm. He's this sixth center back. Aaron James probably.
So you have Lee, Palmer, and Marriott here, of which you have to get rid of 1. Like that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
1 of them has to go.
It's Marriott, no doubt.
No
Bye,
doubt.
bye, no,
There it is. You heard it here.
absolutely no doubt. Thanks,
So
Marriott.
Ethan, Elliott, Lee, and Palmer, who are our goal scorers from this year in the last game.
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
You could go so many different ways with this. It's so much fun, but it's so.
It's heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching.
So the rumors that came out yesterday said EOC's staying to be the backup for Max. He wants backup for Cody, and he wants a backup for Brom, or another left-sided center back.
Okay.
That was the rumor, and of course, because the other rumor is Scar is heading to Reading.
Yeah.
So
If
that
Scar
happens,
leaves, then
that's him.
O'Connell stays.
So
Okay.
that
Well,
was But I do think you'll have 6 center back. I think it'll keep 6 center backs.
Well, I'm gonna tear this down before we kill everybody. What do we think? Hashtag save Max. Well, the big news today, obviously, is 7.5 million plus add-ons. Welsh international Nathan Broadhead. What think you guys?
I think he was always. I think he is the key to Parky changing how he plays that. How Parky plays the midfield. If he wants to play that box midfield, I think having him is the key to that.
Okay. Now, FOTMob is so behind the scenes, he still plays for Ipswich Town.
God bless him. There were some questions too, and we've kind of touched on some. I start a bunch.
Yeah.
Of let me pull some of these up because there's some questions earlier. So, all right. So we've kind of covered on this. Obviously, Carol asked if we foresee us playing a 3-4-2-1 on Saturday. I think there's a good possibility, but maybe not just yet. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. It's a good possibility though. Obviously, Michael Pierce said, "Just check. FOTMob say we moved to a 3-4-1-2 halfway." I don't think that's what we went to. I think it was the problem. It was so fluid. It moved so much. It was hard to. But here's the other thing with FOTMob. They're really bad about getting the formations right.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times last season we were obviously in a 3-5-2 or a 3-5-1-1, and they had us like in a 4-4-2 or something stupid. They do some dumb stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So let's see. What was this one? All right. I think JW drops in the middle. Josh Windass drops in the middle, and Broadhead plays the 10. That's a possibility too. That's not. I think they prefer Windass as a further forward player. I don't know. I mean, but they have had him drop back a little bit sometimes, so that's a possibility. I mean, you could do that. I'll tell you what. Think about the ball skills in that midfield. So if you don't play, say you drop Dobson, and Windass plays that right-sided number 8 in a midfield 3, and then you're playing Broadhead off of whichever striker we play up front. That's a possibility.
You know what I think about that?
It's not outrageous.
What I think about that is that that they're going to attract players, and it is going to make Barnett look good. It's going to free him up, and he is going to be a threat.
Yeah. Let's see. John Elmer put in Broadhead would replace Windass in our current formation. Yeah, if we stayed in our current formation, he would. That does seem like the most likely position he would play. I don't think you're dropping Windass though. If you're dropping somebody, you're dropping somebody else. You're not dropping Windass. He's been
and you're changing formation.
Yeah. I don't think. I think you're doing something completely different if before you drop Windass. But I agree that is the position that would make sense for him to play. Let's see. Was there any more that I started? That might have been all of them. Okay. Yeah, those were earlier on while we were kind of talking about other things. I wanted to make sure we hit those points. So we kind of already talked about all that.
Interesting. Okay, so if you go on to FOTMob, Nathan Broadhead, 27 years old, Welsh international, market value 2.5 million. Not anymore, although it's 10 million over 4 years, I think it is, and there's add-ons. Yeah. So whatever the deal was that was done was done. We obviously don't know the specifics of it. Everybody just likes bandying around the big number. The key thing for me is on the right here. I've actually gone to the 23-24 season where Ipswich was in the championship, and he played 38 championship games for 13 goals with a 7.1 FOTMob rating. Had two FA Cup games and 1 Carabao Cup game. But, he had 3 assists and 13 goals in 38 championship matches, which is what I really looked at, because obviously, playing last year in the Prem, he played half the game, a bit over, 21 games for 2 goals and 1 assist. And then he's played 1 game this season so far in the championship. But that 23-24 season was the thing that really interested me.
Yeah.
And how I think he is going to be a threat at this level.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely going to be a threat at this level. He's going to. I put in one of the chats for this here. We can do this right now with the guys we got in the chat. This will be fun. All right, over under 15 goals for Broadhead this season. That would be his highest ever.
Oh my God. Under.
Over.
I don't think that we will score that much this year.
I think we will, but I think because of the strength of our team now, I'm saying under, because he'll score maybe a dozen. Windass will score a dozen.
Hardy
O'Brien will score 10.
Yeah.
We've got
Smith
so
will
many
score.
goals.
Smith will
We've brought in
score
so
6
many
to
goal
10.
scorers. It's really interesting. And we won't. What it does is we've always been good about getting goals from kind of all over the pitch. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But but we've never had this much attacking power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is different.
And
so,
I've said it for the last couple of seasons. It's been our service to our forwards, and someone's saying that. Where is it? John Emler. We don't have the service. I disagree with you now, John.
I think we will now. I think our service is going to be much better.
I was with you, but I've changed my mind now. I think that's the services: Kakache, Barnett, Lewis O'Brien.
Our midfield is so much better. We can play the ball through the midfield. The way we counterattack is going to be so much better with these.
Keep them all 25.
You know what, man? He's
only playing the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It is. I'm so excited to see what this team does. I actually, despite the fact that I don't think I think there's a chance he probably won't. I would love to see Broadhead start this weekend. I think that'll be fun, just to see what Parky does with him. Just let's see it. Let's see what we're gonna do.
See the formation. See how he plays.
What are we gonna do?
I mean, Jesus. There's, like we just said, the attacking options: Kiefer Moore, Sam Smith, Ryan Hardy, Nathan Broadhead, Josh Windass, Lewis O'Brien. That doesn't factor in Max. It's a hashtag save Max.
Yeah, Max scored. What did he score last season? 7 or 8?
Yeah.
I mean,
he
scored
8.
The leading goal scorer this year.
I'm still not
Max
convinced.
scored
he
8
on the team, but
and had 2 assists. Max scored 8 goals and had 2 assists this season.
Okay, well, here's the next question for you then, Aaron. Who's the first Wrexham player to get to 10 goals?
Josh Windass.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, there we go.
Josh Windass.
I think Windass is our leading scorer this season.
How strong a boot does he have on him? How fast was that penalty kick?
Nobody's touching that. Nobody's touching that. That goalie, that keeper could have took half a step head start and dove the right way, and he wasn't getting to that. That thing was fired in there so hard. Oh, Windass he's different. We've never had anybody like that. Like, I've never seen, nobody at Wrexham is that we've had in the last few years has been anything like what Windass is. He's gonna score a shitload of goals this season.
Yeah. And John Emler thinks that we don't create through the middle. I didn't think we used to, John.
We didn't used to. We do now. We will now. I think O'Brien was creative. O'Brien was creating, and I think when we get everything set the way you want, we will be creating through the midfield.
Yeah,
we will.
It's going to be great to watch.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
like that we've made our intentions clear that we really want to get to the playoffs.
I
think we're definitely trying
want to push for them. I mean, you definitely want to push for them. With the money we're spending, I mean, you don't spend that and say, "Yeah, I hope we get 15th." I mean, because right now we spent. So what do we? So we before him we were at what, like 12.5 or so million, I think, before Broadhead. And then if we spent So the rumor is it was 7.5 guaranteed, and then there's like 2.5 in add-on. So
Yeah.
So we're somewhere around 20, and with the possibility of being a little more. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't spend that much money, and they're going to spend more. They're not done.
Yeah.
Like
No,
we may
no,
spend 30 or
Only
35 by
thing
the time
is
it's
on
all
my
said and
mind
done.
right now. I need to start a save in Football Manager.
Oh no,
to-
me too. I'm so excited. The new one, they just started releasing things for the new one, and I
Yeah.
can't freaking wait.
I'll try to do it tomorrow night. Start a save to test this front three. We had so many options. I just want to test them.
What's fun is that 3-4-2-1 is my favorite formation to use
Yeah.
in Football Manager. So the fact that we're going, it was funny because last season it's about, I think it was January or February somewhere. And somebody in the chat will remember. Me and Patty were after one of our shows that we did like this. Afterwards, me and him started talking. I was like, "Hey, check this out," and I showed him what I did, and I was like, "I'd love to see Parky do something like this." And he's like, "Yeah, it'd be cool." And I did both. I showed him the 2-1 and the 1-2 because I kind of do both, and depending on what I got, and in Football Manager, I was like, "I'd love to see him do something like this, be a little more attacking and play with two holding mids." And then that was when Patty and a lot of the people in the chat will remember in the Discord, Patty come out with these pictures of his triangles. And he had that formation. Look at the triangles that you could do if you played this. And so everyone's like, yeah, why don't we do that? And it's funny because now he's definitely played the three, he's used it. You know what I mean? We've used it in games. So it'll be interesting to see Sea Lord and Bravos.
I did the same since the National League in Football Manager. I played Elliot Lee, Mullin, and Palmer.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Elliot Lee and Mullin and Palmer in front, the same.
So I don't hold a full amount of credence to Transfer Market, but it's good as a guide. Transfer Market has our current squad at 32.3 million euro.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Sealord says, I'm legit afraid to get addicted to Football Manager. You will.
You're
I
right.
promise you will.
Yeah.
Don't
absolutely
play.
will.
Don't play.
What are you afraid of getting beat, Victor?
No,
What?
it's just
You're afraid of getting beaten?
addicting. It's an addiction. It's a problem.
It's an addiction.
I'll be honest. I got real mad the other day because I was doing a save. I got this team down in South Africa I've been playing with. Started in the second division, or the second division of South Africa. Got all the way up. It was in the African Champions League, and I lost in the final. I was so upset. Now I got to play again because I'm trying to do one of those, what do they call it, like a Pentagon challenge, where you go to the different every continent and play a set. Try to win the Champions League there with the team. And I got beat. Now I got to play another season there, and I didn't want to.
Well, boys, that has been an amazing breakdown this today. Started out with Aaron with West Brom. Victor got into the breakdown of how we played in our last two games. And then we've had a look at what we think the lineup will be and the formation will be for this Saturday, which has just got me salivating. And then we had a bit of a chat there about Broadhead and a few other things. It's been a great show.
Yeah, we had so much.
Jeez, there's just so much to talk about now. I mean, it's just amazing. So, I'm so looking forward to it. It's just, favorite show of the week by John Elmer, hands down. That must be because this is the only show of the week that Victor's on, isn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Victor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's Victor for sure.
I was on Tuesday.
Oh,
that's right.
We're trying to pump up your tires here.
Yeah, we're trying to make you look good. You don't.
Yeah.
Where can we out in our footy tips? Yes, Dan. Okay. The footy tips, yeah. So people like Nick was talking about a Google sheet and letting everybody do it that way. We've basically given everybody what we're going to do. Is the same system as last year, but what we could do is if you want to do a Google sheet just for fun, but we won't run that as a competition. All you've got to do is pick the pundit that you think is going to win the competition. So, Victor, we get 1 point for a correct result, like if we pick the win, loss, or draw, and you get another point if you pick the score. So, in other words, if it was 1-1 this weekend and you tipped 2-2, you'd get a point for the result because you tipped a draw, but you wouldn't get the extra point because you didn't tip the score. Yeah. So that means you have to have your footy tips in our private chat before the games start. So, say roughly this time tomorrow, get your footy tips in for the weekend. And then obviously for any midweek games, you have to have them in. And then I will put them all in a sheet and I post it up as a PDF in the footy tip channel in the Discord. And you members get to vote. You have to be a member. So, whether that's and there's a couple of different levels of membership, which are only cheap. They're only like $2 or $3 a month. It's the cheapest one, I think. I think it's $3 for the cheapest one. Paddy did win last year, Dan, and we're not talking about it.
Yeah, he's a cheater. He absolutely cheated. I'm sure of it.
No one likes him. He's an idiot. Always has been. Just,
I'll tell you what. God bless Paddy, because he did how many hours of live streaming he did last weekend, and then his computer melted down on him on Saturday. Oh my God. He did a lot of streaming with the championship last weekend. He did great.
Yeah, absolutely he did. Absolutely he did. And this year now you've got a new tipster and he seems to know a little bit about football.
This guy.
Let's see how many people vote for Vic. I reckon we're going to end up with a few Brazilian members of this channel just so they can tip Victor.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll let you, unless you want to do your tips now, Victor, live.
Oh, you want to do them live? You want to pick them now?
We did ours live.
Yeah, do it.
Have
now.
Fun. I'll take you through the team.
Yeah, I'll run. I'll give you the games, and then you make your picks.
Okay, just totally random. My idea was to share with the members from Wrexham Brazil community and ask for their tips, and then make a decision between mine and them.
So you're gonna okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
if you want.
Well, no, let's have real fun with it then, Aaron. Let's let him do his tips now, but he can change them.
Yeah, there you go.
And he can change them.
According to Wrexham Brazil community. Okay.
Because obviously,
let's get yours, and then you can do. Yeah.
Hang on,
All
right.
Aaron, is that cheating? Look, we're doing it solo. He's going to use like 20,000 people.
I mean, I don't know.
I'll
tell you what. If he's leading us, after 4 weeks, then it's cheating. He's not.
Okay.
If he's losing, then no, it's fine. I don't mind.
Well, I can. Let's go.
I've got the fixtures.
Yeah, and I can do this. Give me a second.
All right.
Let's have some fun.
All right, tell me when you're ready, Ken, and then I'll start throwing fixtures at him.
Let me think.
Boom.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh
Wrexham,
you got the pictures right
I'll
there.
go
There you
straight for that. I won't think too much. Oh my God. My Alexa misunderstood.
He's using AI.
He's
got
cheating.
20,000 Wrexham Brazil supporters and AI this guy.
And AI. He's a cheater.
Sometimes I say Wrexham and my Alexa thinks I'm talking to her.
All right, so
West Brom.
Wrexham West Brom, what do you think?
2 for Wrexham, 0 for West Brom.
Ooh, no, all right.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Derby,
Derby and Coventry.
I didn't see too much of this teams, only Coventry. I think that will a draw 1-1.
1-1. Sure. Portsmouth and Norwich.
Portsmouth and Norwich. Oh, this 1-1. Also a draw.
All right.
I am the
Pre-
draw guy. I can
Pre-
take some decision.
Preston versus Leicester.
2-0 for Leicester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swansea versus Sheffield United.
Sheffield wins. 1-0.
1-0. Watford versus QPR.
Watford. It will be a draw 0-0.
Oh,
Terrible match.
terrible.
Just out of nowhere.
Let's see. So Blackburn versus Birmingham. It's at Blackburn.
Birmingham wins. 2-1. 2-1 for Birmingham.
Sheffield Wednesday versus Stoke.
2-2. A lot of defensive mistakes. Don't know.
Okay. Millwall versus Middlesbrough.
Millwall versus Middlesbrough. Interesting one. 1-0 Millwall.
All right. Bristol versus Charlton.
3-1 Bristol.
Ipswich, Southampton. Game of the weekend, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Banger.
Southampton beats Ipswich 2-1. Just we can say that we lost to the leader of the competition.
There you go. All right. And then Hull versus Oxford.
Yeah. Football loses this match. Yeah. So football is the victim. 1-1.
Would you say 1-1?
1-1, yeah.
All right. Time Copper. No, Josh is not doing predictions this season. That's John that tipped the 1-1. So John, the second biggest Birmingham fan on the channel.
So I should
tipped
change
the
this
1-1
one
there.
to
Polar Brazil there. So get back to us with that, and we can drop that in. You can see how they do. Okay.
Actually, we might run both of those, Aaron, just for fun.
And see how it goes. Yeah, might as well. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
What if you
Okay.
do? Okay, now I'm brainstorming here. Could we do? I don't know how we would do it. This is the problem. You could almost do a chat. If we're like you're doing the whole of Brazil, if you did a chip, if you just let the live chat just pop a score in,
On your show.
we just pick, and so the chat has its own, but it doesn't really, you know what I mean?
I don't know how I'll do this.
I don't know either.
You go to your fan base and you come back to us with what
Yeah.
they want.
Just
It's
let
complete
us know.
chaos.
It'll be
And
chaos.
I guarantee they're all going to watch now.
Yeah.
This is
What?
going to be funny.
Yeah.
They'll all
Yeah.
watch now. They'll all want to see. They're probably dissecting our picks right now, Aaron.
I'm sure. I'm gonna get massacred. I'm positive, dude. All of us. I don't know. Is that all of the U.S. or all of us? All of you.
Yeah.
Dan Moore split it up. He split all of Australia. There you go. You split them all up. All the continents.
Yeah, I love it.
Shoot. That's funny.
I just think, mate, if either one of us can beat all of Brazil, what bragging rights?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we could say that we're better than all of Brazil.
Yeah, because Brazil's never been good at football. How many World Cups?
Yeah.
Just a handful of them, right?
My favorite country to watch play football. Just
Yeah.
amazing. Yep. My favorite player of all time, Roberto Carlos. You talk about a guy with a cannon for a boot. His free kicks, oh my God.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm surprised he didn't actually break footballs. He used to kick it so hard.
Yeah, we have a player like this in our league. That's Hook. Do you know Hook? He played for
No,
Porto, then
I'm
for
looking.
Zenit in Russia. He really kicks with power.
Here you go. Dan Moore's on you now, Victor. If you lose, Luke and Victor have to wear Argentina kits.
I have an Argentina kit. I have. I am big fan of Maradona and Messi. I don't have
there you
problems
go.
with that. Yeah, I have
No.
an Argentina kit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, boys, I'll tell you what, that has been so much fun today.
Yeah, that was a good show. That's good
Now I'll
stuff.
suffer a little because Palmeiras will play in the Continental Cup right now
Mhm.
in 5 minutes. I'll just
Okay.
change my jerseys and have my suffering.
Enjoy. Well, guys, thanks everybody for coming in today. Don't forget to like. You're already subscribed, obviously, so don't forget to like the video and get it out there to your friends. If they're not members, get them on here, subscribe, become members. The membership aspect of our channel is going to get bigger and bigger. We're going to be doing more quality. This is clearly the best show with the three of us. Clearly.
And I promise that in the next one I'll organize my slides better because I got confused in the middle.
I'm just saying, any show on this channel without John Merrill is a good show.
What? Just because you want to be the only Birmingham fan on?
Yeah, that's it. No, only joking, John. You know that. But no, I mean, I really appreciate everything that everybody does here. I have so much fun doing this, and
Yeah,
it's been really good. 45 people and 45 likes. Look at that, Chris. That's
Love
what we want. That's
Yes.
fantastic to see.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yep. And then tips for membership from Time Copper. Hang around for other shows. Wait for Steve Barton equals membership. Absolutely. Then on top of that, once you do have that, then all you have to do is decide that it's worth the $3 a month and pay it.
Yeah, it's like a free trial. Thank you, Steve is handing out free trials.
That's right. You get
He's always
free
saying, get it. And we're gonna try to get some more stuff out there. I was doing some writing. I want some feedback on that because it I did the second one and it didn't take off as well, and so I've kind of held off. So if you guys enjoyed that, I could do some more, but and that was members only stuff that Josh was putting on the channel. I just know that reading the thing with people don't read as much anymore, and I know they don't. So if it's not worth doing, then I won't mess with it. But if you guys liked it, I'm willing to do it.
I was just impressed you could write and spell.
It's magic.
Yep.
To be fair, I used what's that called, Grok or whatever, to check my spelling, but because I guarantee I misspelled a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Funny. Well, why don't we jump out here? We've done an hour and 52, nearly 2 hours here, boys.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Look, I'm going to let Victor get us out today.
On that bombshell.